All right. Eh, okay. Let's see. Make sure my audio is all good. so many, so many channels open. What was I doing? I was looking at something yesterday. All right. Live. There we go. Hey, all right. Cool. You know what? Looking at random YouTube channels, I don't remember. All right, and then what's going on here? That's my profile. I am live. Oh, how about that? Alex Becker's live as well. It's weird. I've seen a couple people go live and already done on X. There we go. All right, cool. And then how's my Twitch looking? All good. Nice. All right. Look into the void. The classic void. All right. I haven't done my school stuff today, but luckily this runs at a 1-day delay, so I don't need to worry about it. All right. So yesterday was the 18th. Yes, 18th. Yeah. What did I do? I think I did a bunch actually. Profile. Wow, got a lot of notifications. 90. Yeah, it's kind of on a roll. There we go. Cool. Calculating, recalculating. There we go. 31. Nice. Getting that average up. 450%. I think I did that one other time. That's a new high score. 79 might have been the highest before that. Nice. Cool. All right. And then school members is climbing, still climbing. It's at 360 right now, which is crazy. Metrics. Yesterday it was at 355. 355. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. And then YouTube subs. We're inching closer and closer. Not a lot. I think I got a couple. 973. Okay. What happened here? So can't think. YouTube channel studio. 979. Analytics. Advanced. Audience size and growth. Subscribers. Then the 18th. We had 976. Awesome. So I got 3 more. 976. There we go. Cool. All right. I think that's it for brand stats. I did make a little bit of progress on the workflow, so I will be jumping over to that. I don't know what I was doing something different than I normally do, so I kind of went back to yeah, anyway, we'll talk about it in a minute. But so I did write, I guess I've never actually shown it on here. I wrote a newsletter this morning, jpeters.dev.beehive.com. Which I don't always link to. Oh man, I need to fix this too. Oh man. So yeah, this guy. But it's kind of interesting. Nice. Can't tell I'm using GPT stuff. Oh no, I didn't bold it. Need to fix that. I also need to update. I thought I updated this a while ago. Need to fix that as well. Oh, that must be on the website side, not on the profile side. Okay. Anyway. Working on the Wave app, talking about some Stripe stuff, which is good. I was very pleased about that. When I went in to do the Stripe documentation this week, they already had an option for React Native, which app's already React Native, so that was good. And I was worried about the backend, but they have Go packages, so able to install Go, which is awesome. So that makes it a lot easier to be able to run the web services in the backend for Stripe. So very happy about that. That's cool. Yeah, I was looking at this. So 979, still we're getting really close to 1,000. But this chart cracked me up. For the 33 streams I've been doing, I guess this is over at least like the last 28 days or whatever. So I guess it's not entirely all the streams, but like of all the streams I've done, so I mean over the last 28 days I've done whatever. So that's like 20 streams. one subscriber from the stream. So this is why live streaming is a bad idea if you're trying to, I guess, grow. I don't know. Yeah, just the return on subs, not great. But then at the same time, like in the same period, 107 subs have come from videos, and that's including like all videos. So videos that not just new ones, like just the new ones was just all from the one Nano Banana video. Like that one had 45 subs on its own, 43 rather. And the other the other 3 videos I've uploaded in that time have all gotten like 1. I did do a new Nano Banana video yesterday. Well, today actually. It was released this morning technically. But yeah, just kind of funny. So there we go. So the YouTube analytics, it's, I don't know, I like pouring through that just kind of see what's happening, but it is really funny to see like, yeah, not a lot of return on the live subscribers. They do get some impressions, like they're contributing, but yeah, the videos definitely make more sense. And even then, like looking at this one too, it's like, I mean, of the last 4 videos I posted, one video has 95% of the subscribers. So like that's the only one that really made a big difference, which is, you know, not terribly surprising. So but yeah, that's why you got to keep posting videos. Maybe try to game it a little bit, as we were talking about yesterday. Kind of dug through all the stuff like the uneducated player was talking about last night or yesterday on the stream. Kind of looked at the video that's performing well and tried to kind of gauge some data out of that and kind of came up with that. So I ended up making this video. Still, like the goal is to get to, I think, carousel creation. So really, I was thinking, I guess that's where I got sidetracked yesterday, was like, here we go, posts. So basically just want to generate, so this is just one. Alex Ramones is actually like really good about community posts. And I don't know, it's probably not going to be as big of a service, or like, this feature is still like really heavily underutilized. But he's good about doing this. And so I was thinking, man, the Nano Banana hotline, that's a hotline. Nano Banana workflow I was working on would be really nice to be able to generate stuff like this, where you can actually, I mean, literally, I could just basically steal this image and run it through and be like, hey, replace the text with my stuff, and then it would just work. And so I could have a workflow and be like, hey, give me like 4 different versions of this, and it could just, you know, replace the text in each one. So I was kind of just doing a quick tutorial on it. I was kind of more focused on the open router aspect of it, but like as I was building it, it's like, man, there's an opportunity here to build like a really nice carousel image creator kind of situation. Like I think there's some tools out there already, but the carousel image, at least for YouTube, would be great. I know carousel images on LinkedIn are actually kind of a pain because they're a PDF, so you have to like convert the image to a PDF and then upload the full PDF document, and that's the thing you're sliding through on LinkedIn, which is just kind of annoying. I mean, I think I get why they did it, but still, it's kind of a pain because like getting to easy PDF generation has kind of been something I've been working on for the last like couple weeks, which has been frustrating. But just for something like this, and then just to be able to have those images that you can just quickly throw on Twitter or Instagram, sorry, X or Instagram. So I don't know, it's just kind of crazy. Like what went from, you know, having to log into Canva and like get your little template design, and then you'd have to like set up a system to like fill in the things from Canva or go and manually do it and download the image and all that stuff. Like it could literally be handled in like one flow, which is kind of crazy. And it could be done with text. Like just tell it, hey, I mean, it literally could be done with your voice. Be like, hey, update this image to have this content instead, and it would just do it. So pretty crazy. Back to, I guess, me just needed to implement a lot of this stuff and actually do it. I've got it all here. Just need to put it all together, and then I think could totally blow up this all these channels, not just this channel, but a bunch. So anyway, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, mostly again though, this one kind of ended up working on. It's kind of almost the exact same workflow as before, but it was nice that the open router makes it super easy, so that you can just open the workflow and it's good to go. Which I need to fix that. I gotta update that to actually have a link to the video, so that would probably help too. Sure, probably do that right now. How about that? Let's do it. So this is actually a video. Oh no, yeah, wait, that's 22. Oh crap, that was that one. This one. There we go. So I just need to change this. Fire in the community. Isaac, what a supporter. What a good dude. I appreciate it. All right. So where is that video? content. Shareable link. I mean, I guess this is organic video traffic then, because I haven't linked to it from here yet. So that's kind of cool. 18 views, not bad. I do think that probably actually helps a lot. That if I post it in here, then like tend to get some traffic right away from people from the community. So then it boosts the video a little bit in YouTube as well. There we go. Cool. Was I missing this guy? Yeah, I think it's right here. So I don't know what the deal is. All right. Anyway, cool. Well, that might help a little bit. So anyway, that was that. That was the new video, and then course creation. Just kind of talking about what we were doing. This is actually pretty interesting. Greg posted about this, and I was trying to find the actual image. I forget because I saw it somewhere. But basically, yeah, tutoring and teaching is 10% of what people want on-demand teachers more than anything else. So a course generation system might be right in line with what people are wanting, which is kind of crazy. How-to advice, same thing. Personal writing and editing is interesting. 8% of traffic is people asking AI to write emails. Yeah, that's for sure. Editing or context. That's where I'm really at. Is usually like I don't like it to write my stuff, but I will write and then I will have it read it and then give me feedback. So I don't like it to like do it for me, but I will take its input. So that's usually what I do, especially like with this newsletter. It's all written by me, but a lot of times I will take paragraphs and dump it into GPT, and it's just like, hey, is there like a better way to say this or whatever? And then I still write it out, but like I like the input sometimes, or at least like a different perspective, even though it's a little bit. I do need to build in a little bit more of a making sure that it is a little less impartial. GPT is a little, I mean, it's gotten a little better where it seems like it's a little more objective, but it can be a little bit too friendly where it's like just being overly supportive. Oh yeah. Come on, Discord. Let's go. Gotta know, let the people know. Late casual Friday stream. Let's go. All right, and then what else do I got? This is a cool article. Greg is a machine. I will give him that. He was out here doing stuff all the time. Nice little. I've almost, man, like part of me. I think I've talked about it on here before. But part of me, I don't know. He's smart. He's created a nice idea browser system that he wants you to pay. You have to pay the year to get it, so you got to pay up front. But it would almost be worth it. It'd be a cool system. I think the trap is that like every single one of those offers you an idea, like a platform to build that will probably take months to actually build, or at least build either through code like construct, or build as in grow the audience. But yeah, definitely some valuable ideas in there for sure though. And I'm sure one of those ideas is worth the yearly price, so it would make up its return if you stick with it. Hey, that looks familiar. Also a little casual push towards the stream, because why not? And then yeah, and then this one we actually talked about on the stream already, where I forget, Danilo or somebody actually mentioned that we should do this. That I should create an AI API price leaderboard, just because like artificial analysis has these nice like charts, but I think it'd be nice to have it more in this format of just a list of like, here's the model, here's the price, here's the model, here's the price. I mean, it is a little tricky because there's tons of models, but could go by like top models and then have the price. So just kind of same idea here, just so you can kind of see the breakdown. But yeah, that would only take like a data vibe code, right? You have to go retrieve those values from all the different websites somehow. So and then continually, I guess, scrape for them and eventually keep the data open. So anyway. That's one that I actually would probably like to vibe code here on the stream maybe. So we'll see more of that build in public stuff. But yeah, so that's my newsletter. I need to do what I talk about a lot, and I think I have actually a workflow that's supposed to turn this newsletter into posts, kind of like this. So I basically could do this, basically do what Greg's done, and just like turn my post into X posts. So that would at least break up the live stream. But anyway, that's what I spent most of the morning doing. That's usually my Friday morning delay. I usually spend a couple hours writing that newsletter, thinking it's only going to take an hour, and it always takes 2.5 to 3 hours. But also, I don't know, just had a bunch of stuff this morning, bunch of business stuff. A couple clients reached out with some stuff, so one of the automations wasn't working, so to fix that, and then potential business from another client wanting to do more stuff. So lots of activity this morning. But yeah, what's up, everybody? Vlad, how's it going, man? Yeah, so then I was gonna go back to generating course content. This beast, serious stuff going on. I see. Exactly, right? Exactly. So this massive workflow, which we've already gone over. That's the one generating the slide content. Lots of optimization opportunity here, but we'll get back to that. This is the guy that generates the images from the slides, so we're good there. And then yesterday I fixed this finally, so that I was like way overthinking it. This kind of goes back to like trusting AI agents to do stuff versus handling it for them. So this is the beginning of trying to generate the spreadsheet content that we're using to then create the slides. So what I ended up doing is I think I'm just gonna copy a spreadsheet template, and that way, like, everything's already kind of predetermined. So it's just gonna grab the template content from here. So and also use an example here. This is the one I actually created. So rather than course content, I think it's actually using what I do. I copied course content template. So not this guy. Ended up copying this guy. So this is the one that I think I'll just like share with the project or something like that. But this will be the spreadsheet. That way the spreadsheet's always kind of like in line with what needs to happen with the workflow. What's going to happen is that when you start the workflow, so this was the one where we're doing a submission. So you like fill out the form, and I mean, it, doesn't depend. It doesn't really matter how like the data gets in, but this would be one way. This is probably actually come from like a website or whatever. But enter the data, then copy the template. So we copy this course template document, and then once we've got our new spreadsheet, I'm actually going to read data from the old spreadsheet. So in this case, I'm going to say this is the spreadsheet example, I believe. Yeah, the init and triggers. So I've hard coded it to look at this example. Not this one. This one. Course template. Example. There we go. So it pulls in the data from this spreadsheet example so that it knows what to do. So then I just take that data. So I read in that. I basically just read in that one example sheet. This guy. So it just grabs this one row and then sends it into the model. So it says, you are an expert online course creator. You will take parameters from a user and create details for an online course that could be used on platforms like Udemy. The goal is to create one row in a spreadsheet that will be used as reference in generating the course content. You will provide the data in JSON. So here is user's input. So I just send in the form submit data, just all of it as one. So just send it this entire object. Say, here's the data. And then here's an example row. So then I send in the data from that this get rows sheet. So I just send in all this data so it can kind of see what the JSON structure looks like. And then say return an object that matches the example. So the structure of the example data, but uses the inputs, uses the user's input. So it's going to take this data and update it with this data. And then that's it. So then it should come back with that data. And so it actually comes back with that in a content object. So that's the only thing. So once it does that, I then just strip out that content object to be the object itself. So this just grabs all the content from in here and just turns it into a JSON object directly instead. And then that gives us a data format that can then just be appended to the spreadsheet. So that's finally what happened here with database triggers. This is all driven from the AI. So we're almost there. Finish reason. It might have actually added that stuff. I don't think I did that. So was that in here? Yeah, I think I don't know where that came from. So I might need to run that again to make sure it does everything it's supposed to do. So yeah, so that finally gives. I was like, that part should be pretty easy. So now this is going to be the foundation. So this data will now go into probably go into a loop to create this. And then this is where we get into Craig's criteria that it needs to be, we're going to create at least 40 lectures. Each one of them needs to be at least 200 words. If it's Udemy, then we need at least 120 minutes. And then there's going to be probably a couple other things to generate after that. But at least we have like the beginning details foundation, and then we can start to generate this stuff as well. And I think this is probably just going to be like a big loop. I might even make it like a 40, like, I don't know. Yeah, it probably would just be a loop for this. I mean, it's probably going to be like per lecture. So if it's going to be 40 lectures, then yeah, maybe it'd be like per lecture, create each one. And then each lecture then is going to have at least 2 rows because it's going to have a title and then the content, maybe multiple content. So depending on it. So going to kind of give it the freedom to do that. That part I'm a little bit worried about. It might just be pretty, I mean, which wouldn't be so bad. It might be kind of consistent about just doing the same thing over and over, where it's like it's always title content, title content, title content. But hey, if we can get 40 lectures out of this guy, that would be fantastic. So, so that's where we're at. I was gonna try to at least get something like that going today. See if we can get some slides generating, and then go from there. So, Vlad, what are you up to, man? How's your day going? It's what, probably pretty late for you, right? I'm assuming. It would be crazy. I keep like, this is one of these that's been in the back. How long does it take, by the way? I mean, it probably shouldn't take too long. This one's very fast. Like, this shouldn't take long at all. Let's go ahead and I actually kind of want to get rid of this one because I think this is bad data. So I'm gonna get rid of this guy. And oh, never mind. Sorry. Okay, I wasn't sure if you're in the U.S. or not. So probably not late for you then. Still afternoon for you then. All right. Don't need that one. And then let's see. If we run this, yeah, it should copy course template, course example, and then, all right, we'll probably just have to like restart this guy. All right. So I'm gonna resubmit this, I guess. Then we're just gonna let it go. So yeah, I'm gonna say database triggers. Super exciting topic. Absolute beginner. Beginner development. US. Udemy. That'll work. Submit. Oh, you're in Florida. Gotcha. Originally from Ukraine. Gotcha. Nice, man. So yeah, so it's early afternoon for you. Are you're in school, right? I think you said. I think you're in school at this point. So hopefully you got a free afternoon. Hopefully you're just able to hang out, enjoy the weekend. Success. Okay, so that should have created a nice little database trigger. Yep. Is it 2 o'clock already? Good Lord. All right. Let me wait. The timestamp on that's a little weird. Is there already 2? Okay. Is that right? Nice. That looks better. Wonder why that timestamp's like 2 minutes behind. Wait. Yeah, pretty much. Nice, man. That's awesome. I always look forward to a nice afternoon off. Friday afternoon's like the best. All right. So no course content, of course, but we've got course data. So we've got database triggers as the ID. Beginner level course on database triggers designed for absolute beginners with no prior programming experience. Diving into the fundamentals of practical application through clear step-by-step instruction. Yeah, it's a little specific, but that's okay. Database trigger, topic, triggers, audience, absolute beginner. Yeah, and that's from what we sent in, I think. Beginner level course, education platform, what to expect. Course overview title. Yeah, that one, it might be kind of borrowing what I do. So I'm not exactly sure what that first slide should be, but the second slide rather, but that'll work. This course introduces the basics of database triggers. You'll learn what triggers are, how they work, gain hands-on experience to build your understanding from the ground up. Yeah, so This is not bad. This is not a bad start. So then this is going to kind of be the foundation for the next part. So I think, I don't know, it's probably be its own. It's all that really needs to happen on this one. So generate course details. And then do a new workflow, I guess. Because then at this point, the spreadsheet exists. We're going to use the spreadsheet to then create more data about the spreadsheet. I think all the values came in. We're storing all the values from like the form submit. So yeah, I think that spreadsheet has basically everything that needs to happen. Yeah, so new workflow. And yeah, I still haven't figured out like how these are all going to connect together. I mean, I guess like ideally they would just go one by one. So like this one could just connect off to Subflow and start the next workflow. I'm going to leave it trigger manually for now. And then we're going to get the spreadsheet back. So get, we need a way to be able to do that. So yeah, that's the tricky part. I mean, I guess this would be where Subflow would happen. So is there add? There we go. Add node. I've never actually done the workflow into another workflow. So trigger on Webflow and when executed by another. There we go. Nice. Doc ID. That'll work. Could be a Google Sheet trigger on a new row added, probably. That true, but we have to know which sheet that would be. Yeah, if you're working within like the confines of a folder, I guess you could do that. Yeah, I don't know. That would be tough because like you'd have to I'm still trying to think like how all this needs to be organized. And actually, I think Craig's got a system kind of to organize it all, which is good. Or at least he's got a project structure, which is good. There we go. Yeah. So create a structured folder for the course or a local drive or cloud drive. Structure should be course title, image, promotional video, course landing page, section 1 title. Yeah. So we're gonna have to follow all that. So yeah, got actually got quite a bit of work to do here. So so I think the system itself will be running, and I think it's just going to generate this structure with each execution. So I think it's going to have to go flow to flow probably. Or yeah, I mean probably just Webflow to Webflow, and then it could be scheduled, I guess. It could like run on a schedule maybe, but can I not can't like provide the data for this? I need to add a value, maybe? The chances of it breaking. Right, like, yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking, like, because it's going to start getting pretty complicated, right? Where you generate this data, probably want to check and make sure that it's okay. And then if the details about your course make sense, then, so like this document looks good, then you're on to the next step. So then you'd be like, okay, cool. Grab that document and start filling it in. So yeah, so somewhere along the way, try to decide, like, I guess it could be like a human in the loop kind of thing, which wouldn't be a bad way to go. Which I forget, I haven't actually used that. So add note. Where's that? Respond to chat. I mean, AI agent wouldn't be bad. Like if it sent you a message on Slack or Telegram, like that would be kind of nice, because then I can like let you know, like, hey, here's the details, and you'd be like, does everything look good? Like, yep, looks good. Then continue. So that might be one way to do it. Oh, there we go, human in the loop. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it would telegram out a message to say, hey, does this look good? Should we continue? And then you'd be like, yep. You send email? Do they? Okay. It's like, there's no way. Yeah. It's like, I'm sure they make you provide your email provider. So yeah, I don't know. So that's to get values from somewhere. So maybe the workflow is one way to do it. Yeah, I'll add it back. Workflow. Or no, I want to add node, add another trigger, find another workflow. Yeah, I mean, file ID, I guess is what they would call it usually. So do that, and then that guy would kind of do that as well. So okay, so then once you got the file ID, which unfortunately I can't add data. I mean, I guess we'll just go ahead and hook this up. So execute subflow, execute subflow. It would just be, I don't have it named yet. So this is generate course content. Database. Whoa, what? You can pass the JSON code of a workflow? So you just like pass in another workflow? Weird. That's crazy. Made one workflow with that. With it to hit, it's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was pretty cool. Like I haven't done too many workflows that like run into other workflows, but it makes sense. Content, generate course content. There we go. Field ID is just this guy. Copy. Boom. So that would work. Yeah. Oh, as far as like if it human in the loop, like doing it through like Telegram or something like that. Like that would be, it'd be cool. But yeah, exactly. You'd have to like be, you know, you would have to handle, I don't know, have to be like somehow self-correcting, I guess. So yeah, you have to make sure that it's got a bunch of fail safes or something like that. Workflow has issues and cannot be executed. So just meaning that it can't send it. Is that what you're telling me? So that's fine. There's no trigger node that requires activation. Oh, wait, what? Oh, there we go. Right. Okay, fine. So then it's gonna do by ID, which I need to get, and then I mean this is gonna be by name, so like I know this is gonna be by name, content, course content. Course content is a sheet, but I don't have the ID, so 1. Oh, now, okay. Course content. You good, man? You good? Okay, cool. So then yeah, of course. So let's see. So can I make this? Why is that not a trigger? Workflows, no trigger nodes that require activation. So JSON sub workflow, you can control it. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it would be that would be a nightmare. Yeah, just like plugging in a JSON object and be like, all right, here you go run it. I was a little just trying to connect. Oh, it is. All right, nice. Okay, cool. Weird. So then it'll be that. Then we can do course content. All right. So yeah, weird. It's just kind of getting swallowed. So you don't need to activate it. Maybe it triggers on its own rather than with the webhook always listening. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I guess that's what's happening. Is it like the sub flow is just kind of chilling here and then it just runs, I guess. So it's like I can't activate it. So yeah, I mean, I guess. Can I get sheet by ID? Right. Yeah, when it's null, that's fine. So wait, so then I guess I could see the executions of this guy run by the other one. Yeah. Weird. Yeah, that'll work, right? JSON field ID, course content. Yeah, there's nothing there. So so yeah, so I guess technically that's the wrong thing. I want to do this should actually get the course details first. And then once it's got the course details, copy the input data and pin it and use it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that would work too. Yeah, because like we gotta make sure that it actually gets the right ID. So just have to grab it. And then change it later. But yeah, so then once we've got the details, then yeah, it's true. Just grab the ID. It's that hard coded. So that'll get the get that row. So that's our base for the data, and then yeah. So now we get into generating the structure. So course content. So really, again, it's so it needs to get the template slides. So we're gonna get Google Slides. We're gonna get the template, get slides from presentation, and then the template, course template, yeah, is this guy. So could set it by ID or get by search, but I think ID is a little more reliable. So this would get the slides, which we just need the two template slides. Cool. Then actually might not even need that because I know that the two values are just whatever I called it in the example. So yeah, your two options are either a slide template or slide content, or slide title or slide content. So I don't think I actually need that at all because then I would say sets, might not even need this. So title slide ID is slide template title, and content slide ID is content. And then that gives you the two options that it can pick from. It is really nice. Yeah, it is nice that it makes it way easier to be able to grab those. And then I think we just get into prompting. So now, do we loop? Trying to figure out how to do this. I think probably do it in like batches. I don't know if we want to. So do we do one AI call for each row? So like each lecture should be 40 or yeah, 40 calls. 40 lectures. So like I think each lecture should be handled individually by the AI. And then I mean, I think basically just put this in here. Course outline must contain 40 lectures. The course description must be at least 200 words. Sure, the total video script of all lessons added together adds up to 120. Lecture content. So video presenter script, a script for a presenter designed for a video of length 3 to 4 minutes. Lesson slide text, key points, text for a few slides, audio script, voiceover script that directly corresponds to the lesson slide text, and additional resources, in-depth text for further study, and then 3 quizzes. So I think what's the foundation here? All of this will be. I also need to break it up into parts. So, like, first come up with message a model. So like you are an expert online course generator, online course creator for platforms like Udemy. Actually, should be platforms like platform. Boom. Here are the. Let's see. A user wants to generate a custom course. Come up with 40 lecture, mini lecture topics based on their input. Right? So the course description. Oh, did I do that? Is that's in here, right? Oops. All right, that might need to be part of that other one. That might be tough to do. School community is blowing up too. Yeah, man, like it's kind of crazy actually. It's up to 360, which is nuts. So, yeah, thank you, man. Thanks for being a part of it. Thanks for paying attention. I got some work to do on that for sure still. So, but yeah, I mean, I'll take it. It is crazy to like go through some of the other communities. Like there's the Schoolers community, which is if you own a school, then you just automatically get thrown into the Schoolers community. I don't know if you've seen that yet, but there's plenty of people on here that are like, oh man, like still trying to get 10 members and stuff. So yeah, it's not super active yet. So which is fine. Like it's to be expected. It's usually, whatever it is. It's like the top, I forget, like top 10% or 5% account for like 90% of the activity. So like most people are just chilling. So I totally get that. I mean, I do that in most of the communities I'm in. So, but yeah, exactly. Like some people are still trying to get like their first 10. I mean, I'm at least over that. So that's pretty cool. I'm in triple digits, which is pretty cool. But yeah, plenty more work to do there. But yeah, it's going well though. It's going pretty well. I'm excited. But I just need to commit more to YouTube. I think it would probably grow a little bit more too. So, but yeah, don't want to get too spread thin, I guess, which I'm already pretty spread thin at this point. But yeah, so now I'm noticing I think this course description may have to like tweak that. Getting that 4 figures soon. Exactly, right? Yeah, exactly. 4 figures on both. Get 4,000 or 1,000 subs, and then get 1,000 members would be crazy. 1,000 members in the community would be really crazy. So we're getting there soon. Yeah, so trying to decide, like, this is where if we're gonna be like picky about how these things are done. So like if this description has to be 200 words, then we might. I mean, I can include that in this prompt. Like it probably should be. Here's the input. I wonder how granular it can get though. So if I'm doing the example, this description should always be what do you say? At least 200 words. I think GPT can do that. Let's see. GPT. Do I have it up? I don't have it up. Whoa. What is that? Oh, hang on. Chat GPT. There we go. All right. GPT. Can you make an example course description right here? It matches the criteria of 200 words or more. I will be using this as an example when generating this course content. All right, GPT's working on it. Here's an example. There we go. Innate triggers. Holy crap! Is that right? Is that the right amount of words? Seems like a lot. Gonna be going now. Best with the automation. Thanks, man. Yeah, for sure. Have a good weekend, man. Enjoy your afternoon, and catch you next week. But yeah, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. All right, course description. If you wish to automate the repetitive parts of your business projects or personal life. Cool. Is this 200 words? How do I do that? Nice. Would you like me to expand on this course overview content style, like the shorter blurb shown in your? Yeah, probably. Paste values only. Paste format only. All right, there we go. Cool. All right, so that helps keep it more. I forgot my light. That's it. Barely adds a shadow. My cheapo little ring light. Okay, so that barely adds it, but I mean it's not bad. It's not bad to have like a solid expectation. It's going to go on this slide. All right, and there's that slide. Screenshot. Cool. So that gives us a little bit better of a foundation. So well played. The rest of this is coming in from that. what to expect. It's good. Learn how to harness power, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Yeah, there we go. And then would we like to also draft a few alternative one-liners, one formal one playful one concise one, so you have options depending on the tone you want from the course slides. Yeah. Why not? Why not? Not following my own rule, which is usually, I mean, you should use more AI, but I guess use it more constructively, use it correctly. Wait, so what are these? These are 3. Okay. Yeah, that would work. I don't know if that's where those should live. Maybe. Yes, please. Wait, so tagline options for your title slide under init and triggers. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Crap. That changes that a little bit. So basically it's going to be course description. And then really this should be tagline. It's going to change. I guess it's good. It's good to start having changes in the system to see what to do. So yeah, that makes sense. All right, I'll be right back. All right. So, there we go. Okay, I was just trying to figure that out. So I think this should not be that. So this is actually going to be category, cover image, course and content. And I'm going to say course description. Really, this is tagline. There we go. Cool. Oh, that's right. I got to remember to put that in the generation process. It should be, keep the Apple wording styling here. So yeah, we can include. This is not a ton of tokens, so I could actually put most of this stuff in every single generation. Like that could be in the prompt, and then that gives it a little bit of context of what it's doing, and then we should be off to the races. Okay, so course description has been added. Trying to think. Content example. I think I would just do 4 of these maybe, and that way that kind of, I mean, it's a lot of data, but I mean, when it's just coming up with the description, I think we can do more data at the beginning to say like, here are examples of what we want, and then yeah, then go from there. So yeah, no, I think that works. I think that makes sense. So let's see. I might have GPT fill this out, and then that just kind of changes this workflow a little bit, right? Because this is the one that's generating the description. Instead, this will actually grab, because we're grabbing details from the example sheet, which I believe that's this one. I might add some variables in here just to make it a little easier to follow. I think that makes sense. So let's do that. So this course example. How do I do this? I think I'm going to have GPT just do it, update it for me. Awesome. Given that, can you fill in this spread sheet to have 4 example rows, leaving all currently populated data as is. And here's the inspiration for the document. For the course details. All right, then this guy. Here's the full context inspiration for the course details. Let's write them out. All right. All right. I am gonna copy paste it rather than I was gonna see if it would just give me a CSV and just overwrite it, but I'm not gonna do that. So init and triggers. This one's all the same. Learn the power, topic, category. Oh, it didn't include description, so it skipped it over. Okay, fine. Init and automation fundamentals. So, well, okay, yeah, okay, whatever. That's not bad. So name and automation, fundamentals, category technology, topic, automation, target audience, small business owners, freelancers. Not bad, not bad. Beginners, Udemy, course title, overview, automate smarter. Ooh. Gain skills. Yeah, nice. And then, did it have a tagline? Oh, it skipped the tagline. Cool, that's fine. Then ID here. Course ID. Category technology, sure. API and webhooks. Nice. Target audience, developers, automation enthusiasts. Intermediate. I like it. Udemy's fine. Course overview. Take automations further. Yeah, that one's already there. Course description 200 words, which it didn't do. That's fine. And then innate in business automation. Automating business operations within innate in. So these actually sound pretty good. Productivity and operations. Target audience, business managers, startup founders. Course level, intermediate. All right. Automate your business. Master the basics. Cool, cool, cool. Course description for that one. So that's this guy. And then that's the second one for the third one. That's a really long description. Did I get that one correct? There we go. That looks a little better. Oh, wait. There we go. All right. It's like, this should be a lot longer. Okay, cool. And then that one should be this. There we go. And then this last guy for business. Cool. Yeah, okay. It was pasting outside of it. Nice. All right. Looking good. It's looking good. 3 new descriptions, 200 words each. Haha, I did think that it was going to give me that, but like, apparently not. Now, so I'm going to use the description column as the tagline instead. So can you give me taglines for these? I had one tagline, right? It gave me some earlier. Give me taglines for the remaining empty descriptions here. There we go. Build your first automation and connect everyday apps with no coding required. What a steal. And then unlock your advanced workflows with APIs, webhooks, and seamless integrations. That sounds great. streamline sales, marketing, operations, and operations with business-ready automations. So legit. No, don't need variations. I like how it'll just like kind of get stuck in the cycle of like, do you also want this? Do you also want this? Do you also want this? It's very helpful indeed. Okay, so cool. That will hopefully kind of create a better description description to work with. I didn't want to like overload it too much with data though, and then that does change how this one works though, which is fine. So cool. I'm gonna delete that real quick. Delete. Wait, close it out. Delete. And then I don't want to do this. This is gonna get 4 sheets now. So I gotta resubmit my form, which is kind of annoying. Database triggers. And probably actually need to make the examples a little more broad, so it has a little more idea of like what to do. It doesn't get too samey. It's gonna definitely just do the same thing over and over. Udemy, let's do that. Close that. So we got data. It's gonna copy, and then it's gonna get all the sheet data. So it should get 4. Cool. Yeah. And then yeah, don't want to run that 4 times. So I'm gonna aggregate. All item data to data. So detail examples. Cool. Then why are you yellow? What's wrong with that? It's a lot of data. I'll give you that. Oh. Okay, cool. Then this guy changes a little bit, right? What's the yellow though? What's it mad about? No parameters have changed. Test node again to refresh output. Yeah. I gotcha. You just mean the next one? You mean this one? Is that what we're talking about? All right. So then you're an expert, blah, blah, blah. Here's, of course, user's input. Here is an example data from spreadsheet. So here we go. Yeah. So here are sample data from an example example rows from an example spreadsheet. And this will be this guy. Pretty big payload, but should get the job done. Reading is definitely its strength. So we should be able to give it a lot of data to read, and then it can come up with stuff. Yeah. Missing some data there. Did it just get confused? Stefan, AI Guides. What's up, man? How's it going? I'm actually about to end the stream here in a little bit, but good timing. Caught me right before we're done here. So what's going on? Let's see. Course topic. Yikes. Yeah, come on. I guess I must have given it too much data, so it doesn't know what to do now. Well, what's this look like? Detail.example details. Yeah, I probably just need to break it out, and then it would be Oh, nice. Yeah, that would be why. To JSON string. How about that? This is gonna be really long, but we got the job done. Yeah, much better. All right. Sorry, GPT. Give you a better answer here. Stefan, how's it going, man? Hopefully it doesn't take too long. There we go. That looks much better. All right. Row number 6. Yeah, that's a little annoying. Oh, and that, yeah. So I think we're gonna have to run an extra pass to get it to do 200. I don't know that it's gonna be able to handle the course description 200 words exactly. Like, I don't know if O3 is even gonna be able to handle that. So, man, yeah, that could be a little annoying. But otherwise, it should work. Eating breakfast. Talk before through email. Oh, yeah, Stephanie. Yeah, nice, man. Awesome. Yeah, how's it going? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm glad it helped. Yeah, you were trying to do. I think you're working on some agency work yourself, right? All right. Yeah, hopefully the agency's on the rise. Hopefully you've had some good luck. All right. So then this guy should be empty. So go ahead and create this. Should have a database triggers content. Nice, 244. Yeah, that's that guy. And we should get some details here in a second. Taking the time. All right, there we go. Did it kind of arbitrarily? Yeah, I tried to give it a row index, which is fine. I don't care. But nice, not bad. This is not 200 characters, I'm sure, but or 200 words, but it's something. It's something. So cool. Then that gives us a little bit better of a foundation. I think we do probably have to do just like a quick pass to make sure that it does hit 200. I'm trying to think how to do that because I don't think O3, like some of these smaller models are going to be not great at hitting 200 words exactly. It might have to be like a really brute force loop of just count the words, and then if it's not long enough, be like, okay, expand this to 200 words, try it again, then do the update. Yeah, that 200 word thing is going to be a little bit of a pain, but that's all right. Cool. So then that gives us the spreadsheet, and seen some success already. Still a little slow, but still pretty new still. Yeah, no, for sure, man. Like I think that's kind of how it goes. So nothing wrong there, but that's good, man. I'm glad to hear you've had some success. Yeah, I mean, and it also sounds like, I don't know, it's pretty common. Either it can kind of go from, you have no clients or whatever, you have like one client, and then all of a sudden, things really kick in, and now you've got 5 clients, and now you're just completely overwhelmed. So, yeah, it's definitely a balance, I think, to continue trying to get new clients while also trying to maintain your current clients. Gets a little stressful. So there's good and bad to both sides, I guess. But that's awesome, man. Glad to hear it's going, at least it's getting hit in the right direction. It's definitely that whole like consistency thing, right? Just gotta keep going, gotta keep doing, controlling the numbers that you can control at least. All right, so this guy, finally back to this guy. I was kind of working on this. Yeah, I was just gonna do that, I guess. Based on the course details, come up with 40 lecture titles that we will later generate content for. So I think that's all we're going to do here. And sticking with O3 Mini, I mean, I would prefer to do like GPT-5. That would probably be where my first choice. But if it's running locally, then it'd probably be GPT OS or something. User wants to generate a custom course based on the topics on their input. Based on the course details, so then that's where this would come in. Course details would be get row and sheet, and then here are the course details. Then it'll be get rows and sheets dot item.json.to JSON string. That should give us the whole object. Cool. All right, so if I save that, then have this guy actually execute it. Craig, you made it. Fell asleep after sending the email. My bad. Sorry. Yeah, it's a late one. I'm actually gonna probably be wrapping up here in a minute too. But yeah, glad you're able to catch it. Ooh, how many items? What is going? Oh, it ran the whole thing again. It's annoying. Okay. Agency going. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between automation and web. Got a couple web clients. I got an automation client. So trying to work on content to also do that kind of thing. So it's been good so far. So I've kind of been slacking myself on Upwork, but I need to probably get back to that. So but yeah, it's been good though, man. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, so Craig, I did some updates. I got this working. So I've got, yeah, nice. All right, I just use the same spreadsheet, which is fine. That works. I'm gonna delete this row because that one shouldn't have happened. So I think it must have used that row, although it might not have. So yeah, I've got this workflow, right? So this is kind of where we started yesterday, where the form takes in the data. So we just answer the question, like the topic, the whatever, you know what that is. It copies a template spreadsheet, and then it grabs. So I updated an example template. So here's course content example. I kind of beefed it up a little bit. So I gave it 4 different examples of how to fill out this course detail data. So that way, I don't know, just to give GPT like more or whatever AI some more examples of how these rows should work. So just kind of give it a couple ones. These are all kind of tech heavy, so it may need to cover more different topics. But then kind of give it some examples of like what these slides should look like. And then then I noticed your 200 word description. So we're gonna have to figure out how that works, the course description. So I started adding that at least, that this course, giving examples of 200 word course descriptions. But yeah, I think that's gonna have to be like another loop probably to get that to actually do that. But that's what this is doing. So it's gonna read all the details. Then I give it those examples that I just showed you, and then give it the details that the user submitted, and then it will return the row for the new sheet that we just created, right? So that's this. So this was the AI generated row of the course details based on what it's read and based on what the user input. And then I think this is where, and there's still some semantics as far as like how this will work. Like right now, it's just kicked off by the form. And then this is actually going to run into the next workflow. So like we've added the course details. This next workflow will trigger from the previous workflow and say, okay, grab the spreadsheet that we just created. Actually, this is the example spreadsheet. So I'm going to say, grab the example spreadsheet. I did hard code it. Oh crap, I should probably not do that. So this actually should be with the execution from the previous node. Crap. So shouldn't have done that. Oh well. It'll be this one. But basically, the last workflow will pass in the ID of the new spreadsheet that it created, and then go course details. And it's going to grab the details from what was just generated, give it to, and then create. I think I'm going to have it first start creating the 40 lecture titles that we want to see, and then after that, it will. I think we'll do the lecture titles first to kind of like outline all the lecture titles, and then I think we'll loop through every one of those lectures and generate the content for each one. So it's going to be like 40 executions. But let's see if this will work. Oh wait. Yeah, no, that's fine. So that's what this guy's doing. This guy's going to look at this spreadsheet, grab the details here, and then I told it to generate 40 lecture titles. Oh man. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. There we go. So here below are 40 mini lecture topics designed for mastering database triggers. And it numbers up to 40. So there we go. Cool. So now I need to actually parse that out. Can I can't probably do that pretty easily, can I? Set edit fields. Nah, that's I need to be more specific. So format your response in JSON like this. 40 lesson titles. And that's fine if it comes with like the subtitle. I think that'll work. Uh, come up with 40 mini lesson titles based on their input. Yeah, definitely going to turn on output as JSON to make sure it formats it correctly, then create content for each of the 40 lessons. Yeah, exactly. So I just was going to try to format this based on the course, come up with 40 lecture titles that we will later generate. Yeah, it's kind of telling it twice, but that's fine. Come up with later. Format your response in JSON like this. I don't want to do that. Lectures. I think, yeah, I guess that'll work. Do like lectures and then title. If it's gonna do, oh wait, these are all titles. It just gets like really long titles. Yeah, right, that's fine. Title, title here. Just make it an array. And then it'll probably nest it. It'll give me back a content object, and then it'll have a bunch of titles in there. But I don't think those need to be unique. So just a key value. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. Nice. So that way, I do that. Aggregate lectures titles. I hate that. I don't know why it has to re-execute the thing before it. Like, just I've already got the data, man. Just do it. Oh wait, that's exactly what I just did, isn't it? Each lesson will get slides, info, slides, audio, script for 3 minutes. Listen, right? Yeah, exactly. So that's why I was like, I think we probably have a couple steps to like. We're probably going to get into like a pretty big loop at this point to do that. Oh wait. So actually, I think I just want to split out, or not split out, but yeah, maybe I do want the JSON edit because I want to get that data out. Burn it through all my AI API tokens. What am I trying to do here? What did I do in the other one? Oh, can you? Ah, okay. Ah, nice. Okay, that would help. I always wondered about that. That is very helpful. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's what I want. I wonder why it's not doing that. I think I just do this. Fine. All right. Titles. Oof. Struggling today. All right. Then that. So something like that. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Just want to isolate that out. Because then that gives us our 40 items to iterate through. So, or really, I guess it would be that. I mean, I actually do want to split out. Split out lectures. Yeah, yeah. And then we can loop through each one of those. And probably do each of the steps of like, okay, first generate all the content. So it's going to need to like pick the slide templates. So like pick the first 2 template and then or whatever. Like, yeah, create a title slide, create content slide based on the content, and then slowly, I think, fill in all the details here. So yeah, slide template first, the ID, lesson slide ID, slide title, slide content. Then we would get into like kicking off some of these other ones, right? So probably like create some of the content first, and then do another loop to like. So I don't know. This could be this could loop a few times to generate all this stuff because I don't think you want to one shot all that because it's a lot of room for error. I think, but it can get a lot of this. It could do a lesson description text. It can do the quiz text. It can do probably the transcript. So I'm just trying to decide like how many of these elements need to be done together and how many of these elements could be separated. So this process actually would be kind of heavy, be quite a bit of generation, but I think that's the next part. But cool, it's a pretty good stopping point for me. I think we've got our lecture titles. So how's the loop work? What do you mean as far as like what does looping do? Or it's like the loop should loop over every single one of these titles. And then for each title, it's going to generate a row in the table. Wait, which one are we? There we go. So each one of these titles is basically going to create 2 rows in the spreadsheet to start populating it out based on the topic. So that's probably what will happen. Is like this loop will do that. This loop will probably end up calling more AIs to be like, hey, give me some of that data as far as like fill in, the lessons that need to happen here. And then probably once half that data is done, then we'll start kicking off, okay, go generate the audio script based on the transcript. And then maybe create the worksheet at the same time. And then, yeah, then the rest of it, I think is good to go. So shouldn't be too bad. So a lot more AI calls inside of the loop is probably what's going to happen. Content generation. But yeah, pretty good stuff. Oh, of course, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, next. I mean, that's probably what I'm going to do. So I'm going to wrap it up today. On Monday morning, I probably should be streaming again. So I will probably get into that on Monday morning. It'll be around 10 a.m. Central is about usually when I live stream. So I'll get back to it then. But yeah, Greg, we made pretty good progress. We're about to get into the bulk of the generation, which is kind of exciting. And then hopefully put it all together once we get all that going. So sounds good, Stefan. Yeah, man. See you then. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Vlad, I know you're off doing stuff. Thanks for hanging out. Craig, thanks for catching it. Sorry, it was a late one today. I was busy this morning and afternoon. But yeah, I'll be back on Monday, and I might try to get some of this done over the weekend. So I might have a pretty big loop here by Monday. So we'll see. But yeah, thanks guys. I will see you on Monday or next week. Later.